Okay, thank you everyone for joining. Hope you are having a wonderful day if it is daytime wherever you are. So, I have been reading and hearing a lot about this new model by Anthropic called Claude Mythos Preview. So, I decided to go deeper into what it means, what it does, what are its capabilities, and I also learned that they haven't released that model to the public because there are a lot of security issues and it's going to have a lot of consequences if bad people use that for sneaking into banking systems and breaking into banking systems, government security systems, and all sorts of things. So while I'm learning, I thought it would be interesting to also to share with everyone and learn with everyone else. And I appreciate you all for joining me. It's everywhere on the news. So this is Bloomberg, if you can see on Bloomberg, and then Atlantic, they have this article. I'm going to remove this one from here because it's behind paywall. And then this is from the New York Times saying Anthropic claims its new AI model, Mythos, is a cyber security reckoning. Mythos, I think that's how you say it. It's a nice title. I love it. Very philosophical. Sounds ancient and ancient. Yeah, mythology. Something that think about mythology. Mystery gives a sense of mystery. Yeah, we can look up that term. And then this is Anthropic giving reasons why they didn't release the model to the public. So we are all learning here. And if you have any questions, anything that you would like to share, please feel free to share in the chat and we can all explore together. So project Glasswing, which will be important. And this is from CrowdStrike, from one of the companies that's part of this project Glasswing. We'll come back to it. So this is where I'll be taking notes as I'm learning more about what it is, what its capabilities are. And then I also brought up system Claude's Mythos, the system card. So what a system card does is basically explain what are the capabilities. I think that's what it is. Okay, let's look up actually. What is a system card? A system card is a comprehensive, transparent document that outlines how an AI system is built, its intended purpose, security protocols, and potential risk. Okay, so this would be related to what the capabilities of the Mythos model is, I guess. What maybe we can ask, what is okay, what does Mythos previews system card do? Okay, this is very specific. So Claude Mythos previews system card outlines the capabilities and safety evaluations of Anthropic's most advanced frontier AI model. Interesting. Which boast superior software engineering and autonomous cybersecurity skills. It highlights that the model is too advanced for general release. Okay, so we know that. And then we have, this is from Wiz Security, they have this article. Preparing for a world where AI finds and exploits vulnerabilities faster than ever. And this article on the New York Times by Thomas Friedman. And then this is from a law firm saying the Treasury Secretary and Federal Reserve Chair warning bank CEOs about cybersecurity risk. Okay. Okay, this is, yeah. And this is from Bloomberg. The same thing. And Anthropic's responsible scaling policy. I guess it's their guidelines on how they are releasing models, is what it is. And then this is from the UK government AI Security Institute. Interesting. Okay. So we are in a very interesting time where these companies are releasing a lot of these models that are augmenting or helping us to augment our capabilities, but at the same time they also pose a lot of challenges and issues and threats if they are misused by some people, some bad actors with bad intentions. And then let's see, so where do we start? What is Mythos? Let's go directly to the article by Anthropic. So it's saying, earlier today we announced Claude Mythos, Claude, not Claude, Claude Mythos preview, a new, a new general purpose language model. This model performs strongly across the board, but it is strikingly capable at computer security tasks. In response, we have launched Project Glasswing, an effort to use Mythos Preview to help secure the world's most critical software and to prepare the industry for the practices we all will need to adopt to keep ahead of cyber attackers. Project Glasswing. So we saw that earlier. That is, let me see if I can bring it up. Not this one. Yeah, this one. We'll come back to it. Project Glasswing. Okay, here we are. Okay, so this blog provides technical details for researchers and practitioners who want to understand exactly how we have been testing these models. Okay, let's go back. We begin with our overall impressions of Mythos capabilities, how we expect that this model and future ones like it will affect the security industry. Okay. Then we discuss how this model in more detail. Okay, then we discuss how we evaluated this model in more detail and what it achieved during our testing. Okay, let's see. And then below the next paragraph, we are limited in what we can report here. Oh. And in the paragraph before, after that, we discuss how Mythos preview has proven capable of reverse engineering exploits on closed source software and turning ND. ND means known but not yet widely patched vulnerabilities. So ND, this is something new to me, so I'm going to enter it here. ND. And then I will include the source, maybe source, and then I will copy and paste this. Okay, source. This is good for research purposes. If you want to come back to them, it's good to have citations. Okay. Okay, wow. Over 99% of the vulnerabilities we have found have not yet been patched. So it would be irresponsible for us to disclose details about them. Makes sense. Makes sense. The most responsible thing would be to let these companies and owners and makers of these softwares to let them know so that they can fix before someone else can come in and break through and cause a lot of trouble there. Okay, so and then they give advice for what cyber defenders can do today. During our testing, we found that Mythos preview is capable of identifying and then exploiting zero-day vulnerabilities in every major operating system. Wow. The vulnerabilities it finds are often subtle or difficult to detect. I think it's a good thing, right? Being able to detect these vulnerabilities so that you can fix. You want your software, you want your web browser to be secure. And as users, I would love to know that it gives me what would be the word? Trust, a sense of trust that what I'm using is not prone to being attacked by someone else. So it's a good thing if you can detect all these vulnerabilities and fix them. Wow, a lot of them are 10 or 20 years old, with the oldest we have found so far being 70-year-old. An operating system, primarily it's for its security. OpenBD BSD. What? That's interesting. Who uses OpenBSD? This is the first time I'm hearing. Oh, OpenSSL. I see. I use this if you're a web designer using cloud, if you're doing administrative work, administrate in the sense of systems administration, building a website and backend. This is interesting. List of companies using. Okay, let's not get distracted. Let's not get distracted. Okay, let's get distracted a little bit. That's okay. So what does mythos meaning? Mythos refers to a complex set of beliefs, stories, attitudes that define a culture, religion, or society. Derived from Greek for tale or narrative, it represents a collective mythology, often fictional, interesting, cultural mythos, a body of interconnected stories, myths, and beliefs shared by a group. So, Aristotelian. So, in his Poetics, Aristotle uses mythos to mean plus. Interesting. Mythos.
Mythoi.
Oh, mythoi. That's mythoi is plural.
Mythos.
Mythos, not mythos. Mythos.
Mythos.
Mythos.
Mythos.
Mythos. So the stress is in the first syllable, right? Mythos. 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 Okay, let's get back. We got distracted a little bit, but for good reasons. Mythos. Okay. The exploits it constructs are not just run-of-the-mill stack smashing exploits. In one case, Mythos Preview wrote a web browser exploit that chained together 4 vulnerabilities. It's like with this live streaming, I'm also learning how to pronounce certain things, how to say certain things in a certain way, in a way that's understandable. Writing a complex JIT heap spray that escaped. Okay, I heard about this. One researcher asked, is it Mythos Preview to do something or put Mythos in a sandbox, and then Mythos, it seems, what happened, escaped it and sent a notification to the researcher. But I don't understand a lot of these things, but it sounds scary. Is it scary? And it also shows its capabilities, what it can do. Wow, even non-experts can do that. So engineers with no formal security training. I mean, if they're engineers, they're better than us. I mean, at least better than me. Better not in the sense of moral or ethical, or but better in the technical sense of understanding all these technicalities and capabilities. Huh? So engineers at Anthropic with no formal security training have asked Mythos Preview to find remote code execution vulnerabilities and woken up the following morning to a complete working exploit. We have had researchers develop scaffolds that allow Mythos Preview to turn vulnerabilities into exploits. How do you say this again? Vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities pronunciation.
Vulnerabilities.
Vulnerabilities. Okay, B. This is where the emphasis is.
Vulnerabilities.
Abilities. Interesting. Okay, let's go back. Where is it? This one? Is that what we are reading? Oh yeah, let's close this one. So if you have any questions or anything arising, please feel free to enter in the chat. Okay, so Opus 4.6. Now we have, I think, Opus 4.7, if I remember correctly. Had a near 0% success rate at autonomous exploits development. But Mythos Preview is in a different league. And this is a very specific example. Wow. And they have this graph chart. Interesting. We did not explicitly train Mythos Preview to have these capabilities. Rather, they emerge as a downstream consequence of general. Wow. So this is something to note. I'll copy. So citation, source, use proper citation. People, citation. Yes. Oh, it's also linking directly. That's fine. They did not train Mythos Preview to have these capabilities, but emerge as a downstream consequence of improvements in code reasoning autonomy. The same improvements that make the model substantially more effective. Wow. Scary as well as interesting. Oops. Okay, so most security tooling has historically benefited defenders more than attackers. Yeah, these are a lot of security terms, technical security things. I guess we don't need to get into, but the basic thing is that earlier we didn't have to worry about a lot of these security issues. We believe the same will hold true here too. What do you mean? Okay, once the security landscape has reached a new equilibrium, we believe that powerful language models will benefit defenders more than attackers. I hope so, increasing the overall security of the software ecosystem. in the short term, this could be attackers if frontier labs aren't careful about how they release these models. Yeah, this is important. You can't just release all these models without putting proper guardrails. Yes, that's my hope, that we will have the proper tools to prevent some people attacking the security systems and everything. The transitional period may be tumultuous regardless. By releasing this model initially to a limited group of critical industry partners and official developers with Project Glasswing, we aim to enable the defenders to begin security, not security, begin securing the most important systems before models with similar capabilities become broadly available. Okay, Project Glasswing. 0 days. I think they are going deeper into problems and how they are doing that. You can read it on your own. But this is an important word term, 0 days. 0 days, 0 days vulnerabilities. So I'll copy this paragraph and also use it for later. I'm using double quotes. These are not my words. I'm just copying and pasting from Anthropic's article. These are not my words. These are not my writings. I'm just using them for learning. I'm just using them for writing. For learning, I mean. For learning. Okay. So, where do we go from here? We know this, right? Anthropic. And let's look at Project Glasswing. Glasswing. Before that, let's drink some water. Let's stay hydrated. It's very important. Let's stay hydrated. Water is life. I think I want to look at that Bloomberg article where they were trying to answer key questions. Okay, yeah, this one. I wanted to see what questions that they answered. Answered dozens of questions from readers about the new model. I think this article is behind paywall, but I have access to it through Harvard University. So similarly, if you have access to it through one of your institutions like universities, you can read it without having to pay. I hope it's okay that I'm sharing here. Okay, so we read about this, that is so advanced that it can't exploit the vulnerabilities. And so they decided to limit the release to a certain group of businesses, companies. So that If it is true, I think it's a good thing. You know, if someone uses this model to hack into the my bank account, I wouldn't be happy. Not that I have a lot of money. I don't have a lot. Maybe a few bucks, few dollars. But I don't want to lose it too. It's not good. A lot of innocent people will lose their money and other things. Their lives and livelihoods depend on that. So it's important for these companies to fortify their softwares and their systems. Okay, so they brought in. Okay, it seems to be a long interview. So this is an edited one. Let's go back. Let's go to the questions. Explain to the audience what Mythos is, the basics of it as a model, and then we'll get into the story that's happening around us. So it's a general purpose language model, and it is particularly strong in finding cybersecurity vulnerabilities and doing cybersecurity work. Okay. It decided, okay, not to release it to the general public, which is fair. But through this project, it decided to collaborate it, if we can use that term, with certain companies. I hope these companies are using this for good reasons. We don't know what's happening, so we can only hope. Wow, we found that this model could do the work of a really skilled hacker. He could use Mythos to identify and exploit these zero-day vulnerabilities every single web browser. Wow, this is scary. Rather than putting guardrails and just toning it down themselves, releasing it, they wanted to Okay, finance. You cover finance. Take us inside the room of a meeting we reported on where. Some of these names are big financial institutions that are part of this limited access to Mythos. So about having a meeting with the top executives of some banks. Jamie couldn't make the meeting. These top executives were all invited. Okay, they were already in DC. Oh, yeah, this is an important question. Is Mythos really this big of a deal, or is it marketing? Yes. Is it a marketing hype? Is it a marketing hype? Is Mythos really this big of a... Good question, buddy. I know I should be quoting this, but I have this question too. So since I'm taking the exact words from this article, I'm going to cite my source. Source Bloomberg. Citation. If you think about this, this is the debate in the industry. How real is this stress and why is Anthropic behaving the way it is? The company has been raising the alarm on AI models that could be too dangerous for years now, before we have seen imminent harms. I mean, it's good to know ahead of time so that we can prevent, right? It can be scary when you use these scary terms, but it's a good thing, so that we can develop these technologies in a way that's not harmful to people and societies, and they can be used by people with good intentions, not people who are willing to cause harm to a lot of people. Yeah, so especially legacy software can be vulnerable, and it's true. I'm not a good developer. I did learn something about coding and other things. This legacy software, people can easily exploit them. And if these models can catch and then find loopholes in these softwares, people can really break into systems. If a model come out and can, yeah, yes, that is actually serious stress. If a model can do the work of a group of experts, hackers, and if it can do in a very short amount of time, yeah, this is a real risk. So you can go read it on your own later if you can. I shouldn't show their full article because it's behind paywall and it might not be. I I wish it were free for everyone, but they have their things. Okay. Oh, some articles. Maybe if you're reading first time in a day, I think on their websites, I think 1 or 2 articles might be free. So check that out. Oh, and this is the New York Times article. What are they saying? The artificial intelligence company that recently filed the Pentagon over the user has built a new AI model. Okay, we know that. Okay, it's available to a consortium of more than 40 technology companies. So that's through the Glasswing project that we read about. So this one, I think they have named some companies: Amazon AWS, Amazon Web Services, Anthropic. Yeah, some of the companies. CrowdStrike, Google, JP Morgan Chase, Linux. Feels like a lot of these companies are interconnected in a wave, like data companies, security companies. How they are interwoven. Amazon Web Services, I think a lot of these companies use Amazon Web Services. So if something happens to one, it will have repercussions in other companies. The goal is is to both raise awareness and to give good actors a head start on the process of securing open source and private infrastructure and code. Yeah, it's good to give them a heads up. Wait, why am I seeing this ad? Yeah, the Glasswing project will include some of Anthropic's competitors. That's generous of them to include their competitors. Generous, but I think it's a good thing for the sake of humanity, for the well-being of others, for the world well-being of the world. It's good. It's not about competition and trying to put down another company or something. If it is good for all of us, why not collaborate? Yeah, this article again, so you can read on your own, but actually let's look at Project Glasswing. We already read about this. Frontier model. What is a frontier model? What is a frontier model? Frontier models are the most advanced large-scale machine learning models available. Okay. So that means what counts as a frontier model today could not be considered a frontier model like maybe in few years, because these companies will come up with new models. Excuse me. Time for water. This is a good sign. I guess that's it. Like frontier models, most advanced large-scale machine learning models available. That's what frontier model is. Okay, let's go back. We got distracted for a bit. But it's important to know what a frontier model is. These AI systems exceed the capabilities of existing models in reasoning, coding, and multimodality. Multimodality, however you say it. So they are better at processing text, images, and audio. They are often black boxes developed at high cost, raising concerns regarding security, bias, and regulation. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, let's go back to the Glasswing project. So Project Glasswing, what is it again? It's a consortium of 40 plus companies that Anthropic is working with, or that Anthropic gave their new model access to. And some of them are Anthropic's own competitors. So Anthropic gave them access to this model and not release this model to the public, so that these companies could fix their security vulnerabilities on their platforms, their softwares, their systems. And I personally think it's important if it is for good, right? Because a lot of these companies are interconnected, and when one goes down, for example, a lot of these companies might be using Amazon Web Services, and if it gets hacked, a lot of these companies will be down. And then there are also data companies that these banks might be using. So it's good to enforce their security systems, and we can hope that and I hope that they use this technology in a good way. They means these companies. So we already read about Mythos preview. Yeah, what else is going on this website? Learn. We have news. Oh, that's about Anthropic's news general. Project Glasswing. Look it up online, and then they have very good information. I'm talking too much. I'm losing my voice. Oh, this is good. This is from CrowdStrike, one of the companies. I think that one of the companies that's part of Project Glasswing. Yeah, CrowdStrike. Says security. Is it security? What does CrowdStrike do? Okay, it's a security company. It's publicly traded. I think it's publicly traded. CrowdStrike stock. Yeah, it's publicly traded company. Wow, it went public long ago. Founded in 2011. Okay. So yeah, where is it? CrowdStrike. You can look that up by the title. And then this is the system card. We looked at what a system card does. Okay, we can ask again. What does system card do? Yep. So you can Google search and then go through this document. Probably you might also use Claude and another AI tool to summarize it for you. What else is going on? AI Institute, AI Security Institute from the UK. Yeah, you can read them on your own, but this is interesting. Oh, they have a link to 0-day vulnerabilities. It's leading to Mythos. I think when a lot of people talk about the topic, we learn a lot about it. It's in politics, in technology, like say mindfulness. If a lot of people are talking about mindfulness, it's already like yoga was in the 19th century, studying in the 18th, 19th, 20th century, that yoga started becoming popular, and you see in the news, in the media, things like that. So I think it's going to be the same with security, cyber security, because we're seeing a lot of news about that term, what it means. So we'll be learning a lot, which in a way is a good thing, and hope that bad people don't use that to cause harm to other people. So these are important things. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me. You can do more research on your own and see what this is all about. It's good to know because AI and all these models are increasingly becoming part of our lives, everyday lives. They are already there, whether you wish or not. It's so hard to escape. So, yeah, thank you everyone for joining. I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful rest of that day and a wonderful weekend. Peace. Peace. See you.